Today marks a year and a day that I have been living in the city of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I didn't get here by chance. I didn't get here because I just wanted to move. I was led here by God. And so everything that I thought my life would look like right now is so far from what I thought it would look like. But even in that, I'm so full of joy. I'm so full of peace. I didn't know the severity of my life transforming was predicated on my move. It was told to me, it was prophesied over my life that that's what I needed. Even before I moved, I even shared with a few close people that I literally felt like God was telling me if I don't move, I was gonna die. And not a physical death, but spiritually, I was gonna die. I needed to relocate for God to recalibrate my life. And that's what he's done. So as I sit here a year later and I think back on how far he's brought me, all the challenges that I faced, all the uncomfortableness that I've experienced, I can also think back and look right now in this moment and appreciate the endurance that I've gained, the strength of my faith that I've gained, the maturity that I've gained spiritually and just naturally. There's so many things that back home I did not get a chance to experience. And being away from everything that I know, everyone that I know, familiar territory, being away from all of that has opened my mind up so much, has opened my heart up so much. I can really see the transformation in Jesus. And it being here in this place, in this very moment, feels so special. It feels so authentic. It feels so joyful and peaceful and loving. It feels comfortably uncomfortable because it's new, and new can be uncomfortable, but it's an uncomfortable that I know is making me better. I know is giving me the overflow. It's giving me the anointed favor of God. There is so much that's connected to your faith. There is so much that's connected to your surrender. There's so much that's connected to your yes. I thought that my yes was just, okay, God telling you to move. All right, let's seek his face. Let's make sure he's telling you to move. And you move. I moved. And a lot of things that God was taking me from back home, I tried to bring it with me. Taking your faith walk is something that is challenging, especially when it's new. When you really surrender and you really say yes to God, be prepared to give yourself grace, because this is totally new territory. You may mess up. You probably will. You may look back on certain decisions that you made and realize you kind of started moving on your own. I sure did. And even in that, I've had to learn to show myself grace, because God is such a graceful God, such a gracious God. He's shown me so much grace and mercy and patience and love during this process. But I definitely tried to bring some of my stuff with me. I thought that surely I had just started my business in May. I knew it was a God-given business. I knew it was a God-given gift to use my hands to service people. And so in that, I knew that with God giving me all of those things, if he's telling me to move, relocate my life, surely what you gave me when I was at home, you want me to take it with me. Although that was not the case. There are so many layers to that. And I'm sure I'll share more. But I want the purpose of this video is for believers, true believers, not just Christians, believers. When God gives you, no, let's go back. When you are in a place where you're ready to give God your yes, when you're in a place where you're ready to give God your full surrender in totality, with all of you, with everything, when you're ready to surrender the things that you hold near and dear to your heart, when you're ready to surrender the things that are familiar, when you're ready to surrender the things that make you comfortable, when you're ready to surrender the people that you are so used to, when you're ready to surrender the habits that you've gained over all these years of living your life, when you're ready to surrender all the things that have made you you, when you're ready to surrender all of that, when you're fully ready to surrender you, and you're ready to die to your flesh and truly say, God, I'm giving up all of this to fully walk into every purpose, every divine purpose that you have for my life. When you're ready to do that, I want you to understand that yes is not just in a moment. That yes is constant. That surrender is constant. That laying down of your flesh is constant. And when I was seeking God to relocate, when I felt like he was telling me, it was such a big thing for me. First of all, I had never lived on my own. Second of all, I had never lived out of my city. Um, and I am very close. If you're in my life, I'm close to you, my family, my friends. So there was a lot to say. You're gonna relocate me over 900 miles away to another city. So I seek God on making that decision. It was nothing that I just was like, okay, I feel like God's telling me to move, so I'm gonna move. No. It took time, it took prayer. I know it was sudden for a lot of people back at home, but it took some time. It was quick, but it wasn't quick. Like, there was so much that went into the God speaking to me, and also the preparation for me to relocate. And whenever I need to make a decision, something really, really big that I consider really, really big, or if God just gives me the unction to do so, I fast and I pray. And so I did. I fasted and I prayed on the decision of relocating. I was specific. I wanted to know when. I wanted to know exactly where. I knew what state, but I didn't know what city. I wanted to know, if I was hearing him correctly. But there were some things that I did not ask. But again, I'll get to that later. So in that, God really speaks to me through songs. And he spoke to me through a song. And it wasn't until I got here, months later, in the thick of my faith walk, that I realized just how much this song meant and what those words meant and what God was trying to tell me in those words. And it's a song by Bobby Brown, Every Little Step. Everybody should know that song. And, the chorus says, every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step I make, we'll be together. So that song was telling me in that moment. I took it as God gonna be with me every little step of the way, every decision that I have to make, yes. But I didn't consider the every little step. I didn't consider that. I didn't consider how prophetic and powerful that was to my journey. Every little step. What I didn't consider is, if you gave God your yes, if you're giving him your full surrender, if you're trusting him in this faith walk, this is a journey for you and him to go and take together. I'm a single woman, no children. This was a me and Jesus thing all the way. If it's a you and Jesus thing, shouldn't you consider me in every little step? You shouldn't be taking steps without me. Every little step. It wasn't until I started taking steps without him. It wasn't until I had took so many steps in the wrong direction where he had to literally put me in a position where he had to redirect my steps, that I realized, oh my God. Oh my God. I have not been taking you in every little step. I've been stepping on my own. I've been doing my own thing. And I pay for it. But God is so full of grace. He's so full of love, and he loves you so much. Because I know this is going to be for somebody. He loved me so much that because I was out of his will, he sent things in my path to redirect me. It hurt. It did not feel good. But his love comes with discipline. I'm so glad that we serve a God who truly loves us. Because love is discipline. Love is protection. Love is redirection. Love is instruction. He's such a loving God. And I'm in the position that I'm in now because of his love, not because of my move. It's bigger than the move. The move opened up doors for sure. It repositioned me to experience more of his love, but it all ties to his love for me. That's why I am in the place that I'm in. When I look with my natural eye and I see my current circumstances, a year ago, you could not tell me that my life would be peaceful. You couldn't tell me that I would be full of joy and contentment in a place like this. I have everything that I need. It's not by my hands. I haven't worked in months, but God has supplied all of my needs. I don't want for anything. Anything that I desire outside of what I need, it's not even that big of a deal to me anymore. Like, I don't even stress or trip over stuff that I used to trip over anymore. Like, this life is so different. And it's all connected to me giving God my yes and me getting to experience the fullness of his love for me as his child. I have so many things to share. I have so much of my journey to share. I think the timing is right. There have been moments where I was like, I know I'm supposed to share God, but it wasn't the time. Like, it was not the time. And it's something about this full circle moment of making it here to a year. Officially getting my state of North Carolina license, so I'm no longer even a resident of Louisiana. I'm officially a resident of North Carolina. It's something in those moments where I'm realizing just how much God has kept me, but also how necessary my testimony is right now. I do believe that God is doing a lot in people's lives. He's doing a lot in the world if we pay attention. And God is raising up a remnant of people to be his mouthpieces, his hands and his feet in the earth. And I have been praying really hard for the boldness, for the courage, for the words to say. because there's so much on the inside of me that I know I need to get out. And I know it's not just for me. How unfair and how irresponsible would it be for God to fill me up with so much that I don't share it and put it out for people to get what they need from it? So this is my first effort of walking this out. This is new. This is different. I've only posted one video on YouTube, and I was in a totally different space in my life. I haven't even watched that video since I posted it, like once after I posted it, but I haven't watched it since then. So I do know I was in a very different space. And God has done so much in my life since then. So much. I have so many videos. I have so many journal entries. I have so many voice recordings. I have so many conversations. I have so many things that when God puts it on my heart to share, that I know it's time for me to start sharing. So expect to see more of me. And whenever you see me, my goal is that you know that it's to always give God the glory. It's to always give him the honor and the praise, because I would not be who I am. I would not be where I am. You would not know me if it wasn't for God and who he's been in my life, in every little step of my life. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon, maybe. All right, y'all have a good day.